Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you my nail polish collection. It has been requested quite a lot here on my channel, and I was procrastinating it because I knew it would take quite a while to film, and I know that the video will be quite long. So I actually already pre-filmed the part where I select the polishes, and I apologize in advance for this video being so long, but nevertheless, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. And now let's just jump into what I filmed previously. So here we have my nail polish collection, and kind of like how I'm storing it. On top of here I have my New Year's polishes, which I will obviously show you later, and I'm kind of storing them on the side because they can't fit in this box. But in here I'm keeping most of my nail polishes, apart from these over here. These polishes here are a mix of top coats, base coats, things like that, as well as all of the polishes that I eventually want to pan. But I just wanted to show you an overview of all of this, but I will kind of sort these out by brand and go through and show you my collection. Okay, so here you have an overview of all my polishes kind of by brand, but I'm gonna push most of them to the side and start going through one brand at a time. And how I would do it is I would probably start with the biggest brands that I have, or the brands where I have most polishes, and then we're just gonna go through it like that. So here we have the first couple of polishes. These are all from Vamps Polish, and they're the newest ones in my collection. I quite recently made an order from them and ordering all of these. I never tried this brand before. However, I am actually wearing one of these polishes on my nails today, on the accent nail right here, and that is this polish right here, which we will get to in a second. But basically these are mainly holographic or kind of shifty polishes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holographic. So all of these are different holographics, so I'm going to start going through them first. So we have two kind of linear holographic polishes. We have poolside right here, and then we have 2-piece. I haven't worn these yet, but this is just kind of like a blue based one, and this is a pinky one. They look stunning and I can't wait to use these, but those are the two first polishes. Then we have these 4 right here, which is more kind of glitter hollow polishes. This one right here is called Mervyn. This is kind of the one that is in between, I would say, a linear hollow and a kind of scattered hollow, because the glitters are quite fine in this one, so it kind of comes up more as like silver polish with a linear hollow flip. But since it has a lot of glitter in it, I still wanted to include it in this part, so that is the first one. Then we have this one, which you call Sangria, which is basically just a red base polish with hollow shimmers in it, and I really can't wait to try this one because I always really wanted a holographic polish that is a red base, so I can mix it up and use it as an accent nail with my red polishes. Then we have these two right here, the black one right here is called Last Call, and then this one is called Cheeky. Like I said, this is a black one with again holographic glitters, and then this is kind of like a pinky neutral base with again holographic glitters. Then let's just go through these really quickly because these are kind of the plain polishes from them. I have 3 that I picked up, and I do have a lot of cream polishes, so I didn't want to pick up too many of them. But these are all kind of colors that are really interesting to me, especially these two. This is obviously just a black, but I actually didn't have a plain black polish in my collection, so that's why I wanted to pick this one up. And this one is just called LBD. And then we have these two, and these two are just colors that I feel like are super unique in my collection. This one is just a mauve, but when I looked through my collection, I couldn't really find anything like it. I still don't feel like I can dupe it, which is really good. And I just lacked that color in my collection, so I picked that one up. And that one is called Sandstorm. And then we have this kind of mossy like army green right here, which I am in love with, and the color of this is moss. Then we have another 3 from their kind of regular line. We have this one, which is just like a shifting shade in the shade Ultra Hot. It goes from like an orange to like a green, and even like a fuchsia pink. It looks stunning and I can't wait to try this on my nails. I haven't done it yet, but this one is kind of similar to the one I'm currently wearing, just a bit more kind of shifty, and it doesn't have any glitter in it, but I can't wait to use this polish, and I feel like it would be really nice on every nail or used as an accent nail together with either like a really pink polish or an orange based polish, used to kind of bring out the shift in this. Then I have these two, which are kind of glitter polishes. This one is more of a topper, and this one is called Foxfire. I have tried this on once and it's absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to put this on like a dark base polish, because I did use it on a lighter polish last time and it was pretty, but I just feel like it would be so much better on a dark base, so I can't wait to try that. But it's again called Foxfire. And then the last kind of regular line from them, I have Sun Glitter. This is just like a really nice kind of silvery glitter, and it's absolutely stunning. I feel like this is not too cool tone, which I admire, and I can't wait to try this. And from the kind of polish itself and just looking at it, it feels like it's quite an opaque glitter, which I am really excited about, because most of the glitters that I have are more sheer, and I'm sure that I can build this up to be like an opaque glitter, which I think is going to be stunning. Then I have these 4 polishes right here, and they are kind of from a different line. I think they're all from different kind of collections, but yeah, they have slightly different packaging and they're from a different line. But the one that I'm currently wearing on my ring finger is this one right here, which is called Avigon. It's just again kind of like that shifty base between a pink and orange. Again, it's not as shifty as Ultra Hot, but it's still really nice. And then it has a few holographic glitters scattered throughout it. And yeah, I do really like this one. I don't have a top coat on it right now, and I feel like if I did put that on, it would look so much better. But from first impressions, I do really like this one. Then these 3 I haven't tried. This one is probably the one that I'm most excited to try. It's one of the reasons why I did this order. And this one is called La Femme Fleur. And it's just kind of like a shifty polish between a green and a gold, and again it has some scattered holographic glitters throughout it. I can't wait to wear this. I used to have like a vision wearing this together with some eyeshadows I'm having coming in from Cleona soon, which is going to be kind of similar shift from like gold to green, and wearing that at the same time as this polish. And yeah, I just can't wait to try that out, and also to try this polish, because it looks absolutely stunning to me. Then we have these 2 left, which are quite similar. We have this one called Kimpaku, which is kind of like a rose gold glitter. It has no holographic glitter in it, just kind of silver and like, again rose gold glitters. This one seems a bit more sheer than, for example, Sun Glitter, which I showed you before. But again, I feel like it's going to be an absolutely stunning polish to wear, and I can either use it as a topper or probably build it up as an accent nail. So I'm really excited to try this one as well. And then the very last polish from this brand is this one, which is called By a Lady. This one have some holographic glitters in it again, but it's mainly just like this kind of rosy pink glitter throughout it, which is absolutely stunning. So again, it's a polish that I can't wait to wear, and I feel like this is going to go really nice as an accent nail or just a full manicure as well. So that's all my polishes from Live Love Polish, and I feel like this is probably the biggest collection I have from one single brand, especially now since I picked up quite a few. But there was just so many polishes on their website that I really wanted to try, so I decided to go with these. The next brand that I have is Essie, and again I have quite a few polishes for them, so I'm just going to go through them in order. So here we have all of the polishes from Essie, and let's start with the pinky tones right here. I do have kind of 3 that are more pinky toned, and this one right here is one of the newer ones that I have. I picked it up on sale, and it's called Stardust. It's just like a nice kind of metallic pinky color. It's quite a cool tone pink. It's not my absolute favorite polish, but it is pretty, and it's relatively full still because I haven't used it too many times, but I have reached for it a little bit. So that is the first polish that I have from Essie. Then this one right here is a polish that I absolutely love. This is Splash of Grenadine. I have used this quite a lot, and it's again one of my favorite polishes from Essie. It's just like a nice perfect kind of pink. It's again quite mauvey, but it just has some more brightness to it compared to the one that I just showed from Live Love Polish. But yeah, it's one that I have definitely reached for a lot in my days, and it's one that I would always want to have in my collection, and I would definitely repurchase this if I ever run out of it. Then we have this one, which is also kind of like a newer one in my collection, but I haven't used it so much since I picked it up, and that is the shade Flawless. You can see this bottle is very used and abused, and it's just again a really nice polish. It's quite similar to Splash of Grenadine actually. It's just a little bit kind of warmer toned and more peachy, and also slightly lighter. This again a polish that is really nice to throw on if you want like a neutral pinky nail that will go with everything. Then let's just go through kind of the greenish shades. We have two of them here. We have this one right here, which is Mint Candy Apple. It is a staple from Essie. I feel like a lot of people have this polish or have tried it, and it is, to be honest, a perfect mint shade. I feel like this is kind of the mint color that I do want to keep in my collection. I am actually panning a color currently, which is this one right here, which I will go through later. And I feel like once I use that up, I think this is the only actual mint that I will have left. And I'm really excited about that because this is actually a beautiful, beautiful polish. And again, it is one that I will probably always repurchase if I ever run out of it. Then we have the next green polish right here, and this one is called Skål. And I bought this mainly because I am Swedish, and skål means cheers in Swedish. And I think this was from like a summer collection. I can't remember which one, but of course when I found out that the name was a Swedish word, or like a kind of celebration word in Swedish, I had to pick this one up. Initially when I picked this up, I wasn't sure I was going to like the color, but I have used this a few times and I actually really like it. And I feel like this is a different type of green, but it's not too out there for me to feel uncomfortable wearing it, or feeling like I can't wear it to certain places. But yeah, it's just a perfect kind of bright green that still somehow manages to look wearable. Let's go through these kind of lighter baby pinks right here. I have two of them. This one right here is called Fiji, which is 100% my favorite kind of light pink. It's quite opaque, but it's not too streaky either, and it's just a beautiful formula. And this is one that, again, I will probably always repurchase because I really like having this, and I feel like when you do want that kind of neutral, just kind of cancelled out nail, this is the perfect one to go for, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for something in this tone. The other one is not my favorite. This is Ballet Slippers, and I do kind of like the tone of it. It's slightly lighter and milkier than Fiji. However, the polish is quite sheer, and I feel like I have to apply quite a few coats with this, and it can easily become quite streaky on the nails because it is so sheer. I feel like the only purpose this have in my collection is when I want to do something like a French tip, or just have like a sheer base, but even then it can become quite streaky. So yeah, I don't reach for this too often, but I feel like it's nice to have in my collection. Then we have these 5 left, and let's just go through them in order. This one right here is Bahama Mama, and I haven't had this for so long, but it's just a perfect burgundy vampy red polish, and I do love this. I think this is one of the few kind of vampy burgundy shades that I still have in my collection. I have had a lot of them in the past, and I feel like this is probably one that I will settle with repurchasing once I've panned the rest of them, because it's just the perfect tone, and I absolutely love this one. Then we have this polish here, which is also quite a new one in my collection. Again, it's the one that I picked up on sale, and this one is called Sweet Souffle. And to be honest, I haven't really worn this much, but it's just a nice sheer base with a peach shift running through it, and I think I would mainly use this as a topper shade on light polishes, or build up as a sheer kind of polish again. I do prefer this one to Ballet Slippers though, because somehow it doesn't turn up as streaky as that one, and I do like it so far in my collection. Then we have this one, which is another one that I really love. This one is the shade Chinchilli. It's just like a grey toned polish, and this is one that I do again want to keep in my collection over and over again, because it's just one that goes with everything, and it's a perfect polish to wear in fall and winter time. Then we have the last two right here, and they're actually quite similar. They're like a base with silver shimmers going through it. This one has slightly more shimmers than this one, but again they are quite similar. This is a grey with slightly more blue undertones, and this is kind of like a more greyish grey. The one here on the left is called Bikini Sotini, and I absolutely love this. I believe I had this as a mini and I absolutely loved it, so I decided to pick up a full size, and it is this one right here. It's beautiful, and it's one that I absolutely love having in my collection, but I don't think it's a necessity, although it is quite unique. And then we have this one right here, which is also one that I picked up on sale, and it's probably the one that is my favorite from the 3 that I picked up. And this one is just called Go With The Flowy, and it's again, it's a beigey grey with tons of silver shimmers going through it. And yeah, I haven't played around with it too much yet, but it is absolutely stunning. So the next brand that we have is Berry M right here. So I will lay all the polishes out and go through them. So here you have all the polishes. I'm just going to go through them in order. This first one right here is a glitter, and it's separate as you can see in the bottle, but I'm just going to shake it up quickly. This one is kind of like a confetti polish, and I didn't really like it to start with, but I tried it on recently and I actually really enjoyed it. It's quite a different look, and it just has green, like burgundy and purpley blue glitters in it, and it's quite nice on the nails actually. This one here is called Boots D, I think, and it was kind of like a gift with purchase in Boots, and yeah, I do like it, and I'm quite happy to have it in my collection because it is so unique. All of the other polishes here is from the Yelly High Shine range, and I do really like this, and I believe I actually had one more from this before, but I have panned one of them already, and I actually have 2 of them in my product polish currently. But the next one is this one right here, which is the shade Lychee. This is a really nice nudie polish, and I quite like this on my skin tone. It's just like a beigey nude, and it's very cancelling on my nails, and it's very close to my skin tone, just a bit more beige. But yeah, I do like this nude, and I do have one more nude from them which I will go through later, but I do prefer this one over that one. Then we have this one, which is the shade Grapefruit, which I currently have in my product polish, as you can see on the side. I do like this polish, and I have really enjoyed wearing it in my product polish, but I'm gonna get a bit tired of this color because I have been using it so much. But yeah, it is a beautiful one if you do like these tones. The next one here is called Blue Grapefruit. It is like a nice cobalt blue, and it's slightly too dark to be a perfect cobalt blue for me, but it is the only blue I have in the shade, and I do quite enjoy it. But yeah, it's just a bit too dark. It's kind of between a navy blue and a cobalt blue, and yeah, I feel like I'm still on the hunt for my perfect blue. I did have one before from H&M which I panned, which I absolutely loved, and I didn't expect to love it as much, so I'm trying to find a dupe for it, but unfortunately this isn't it. I kind of just need to find a better one. So if you have a really nice blue, kind of cobalt blue polish recommendation, let me know. And then the last one in this top row, another nude that I talked about, is called Coconut. I do like this one too. It's just a bit too kind of light on me, and I feel like with this one it's just kind of off-white, and if I want something as light as this I would just go for white instead, and that's why I don't love this. And it is a nice nude, and if you're looking for an off-white kind of beigey color, this is actually perfect. But yeah, it's just not my favorite on my skin tone. Then we have the next 4 right here. This one is the shade Papaya, and I absolutely love this one. It's just a nice coral shade, and yeah, it's not much more to say about it. It's perfect for summer. Then we have this purple right here, which is called Plum. It's just a really nice dark purple, and I think this is the darkest purple that I have in my collection, and it's really nice for autumn time when you want something vampy but you don't want to go for like a burgundy shade. This is a really nice alternative, and I do reach for this quite a lot in fall and winter. Then we have this one right here, which is Kiwi. It's not my favorite green, but I do enjoy it. This is a really nice green. It's quite a unique one because it's just kind of so bright and a bit more out there, so it's not my favorite, but I do really enjoy wearing it. It's very fun. And then the last one we have on this range is the one that I'm currently wearing, which is called Mango. It's another one that's in my product polish currently, and I do really like this, and I have been absolutely loving using this now in summer because it's just such a nice bright orange. So the next brand I have here is H&M. Again, I'm gonna lay these out and go through them in order. So these are the 6 polishes I have from them. They might roll away because these aren't square, so I'm gonna try to be a bit careful and go through them. The first one I have here is called Prismatic. It's just a holographic glitter, but the glitters are quite large, and it's not my favorite. It has both round and heart-shaped glitters in it, and I feel like when I use this, the glitters are quite sparse, and yeah, it's just, like I said, not my favorite. I just kind of prefer smaller glitters, although it is holographic glitters, which I do absolutely love. Speaking of holographic, we have this polish right here, which is called Space Race, and this is just a typical like classic silver linear holo polish. This one again is quite nice, but the holographic effect isn't too strong. But even when the holo isn't showing, like for example when you're inside, the polish is quite interesting, and it's a really nice silver, so I do like wearing this because it can go from being quite a nice used polish indoors, but then when you go outside you can really see the holographicness in the sun. And it's only linear holographic polish in this kind of classic silver tone that I have. Then we have the next one right here, which is kind of a copper glitter. This one is definitely a better kind of glitter than this one, because the large glitter particles is kind of mixed with smaller glitters, so when you do use this, the effect is a bit better than with this one right here. Then we have, let me actually talk about these two together. So we have these two, and they are both glitter hollows, and the glitter particles are quite small, but I do really love these as toppers. We have this one in silver, which is called Standing Ovation, and then we have this one, which is a gold one in the shade Encore. I do love these. Again, they were my favorite holographic polishes before I made my recent order, but I still feel like I will want to keep them in my collection. And I feel like with this one, the holographicness is actually a bit better than in Melvin, or was it Marvin, from Lovelies Polish. But yeah, I do love these two, and I think they are great polishes for the price. Then the last polish I have here is one that I got on sale again. This one is called Bedazzle, and it's used to like this turquoise shade, and I actually picked this up because I was going to be a mermaid for Halloween one year, and I just wanted a polish in this color, and I thought this was the perfect mermaid polish. But I do actually like it quite a lot. I didn't really love it before, but I feel like my preference has changed now, and I'm more interested in a bit more special polishes, and this one is quite unique in my collection, so I do really like it, and I'm quite happy to have it. The next brand that I have 3 polishes of, and that is OPI. I did used to have quite a lot more, but these are the only 3 that I still have left that I haven't panned yet. The first one right here is probably my favorite from them, and this one is called You're Such a Budapest. I absolutely love this shade of purple. It's like a purple, and it's quite unique in my collection. I haven't used this too much because it is quite a recent polish, but yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. It is kind of like a cream, but now having it on camera, I feel like there's a slight silver shimmer going through it, but I feel like on the nails you absolutely can't see that. And I think this was limited edition, but if they still have it in their line, I would definitely pick it up because it's just such a unique color. Then the next one is again quite a recent one. This one is called Kiss Me, I'm Brazilian. Again, this was one of the kind of limited edition polishes, but if they have it in the line, I think you should pick it up because it's just the most perfect bright pink for summer. I do have a few pinks, and I've been trying to pan these kind of brighter pinks because I had too many of them in my collection, but this is the one that I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna try to pan the rest of them. But yeah, this one is just absolutely stunning, and I feel like it's such a unique pink in some way. Then the last one is the oldest OPI polish I still have. I have used up all of the other old ones I had because OPI was basically the only brand of nail polish I picked up when I was really young, like back in 2008-9, but I have used up most of the other ones or threw them away. But this one right here is called The One That Got Away, and this was from a Katy Perry collection way back, I think probably like in 2010 or something. And I do really like this one, and I had this in my product polish last year, and I did fall in love with it then. Before then it wasn't my favorite, but I got so many compliments wearing this polish that I just fell back in love with it, and I have a new appreciation for it now. But it is one that I'm probably gonna continue panning at some other point, but for now I'm really happy to have it in my collection. For the ones that I have 3 polishes of, we have these ones right here, which are from a Swedish clothing store actually, so it's similar to H&M, but they come from a store called Gina Tricot. I have 3 of them, like I said. The first one here is like a gold glitter. This one is called Rose Glitter. I didn't actually love this. I have worn it quite a few times, but it dried out so quick. However, I have bought some nail polish thinner a few months back, and I did revive it quite recently, and it works better now, but again, it's just not my favorite. I'm hoping to kind of replace this with the new one that I picked up from Revlon Polishes. So I think this one is one that I will pan eventually, and I feel like this is going to be quite a fun polish to pan as well because it is such a fun glitter. But otherwise the formula isn't my favorite, so that's why I want to pan it. This one right here is another one from them obviously, and this one is called Luxurious. It's just like a nice metallic kind of rose gold copper shade. It's actually quite stunning, and it is one that I do like better than this one. But I feel like this is one that I reach for when I want something more interesting than just a cream polish, because it is such a neutral shade. I feel like it still goes quite well in formal events and things, and also I do love this as an accent nail to more neutral polishes. So I really love having this in my collection, and it is one that I reach for quite a lot. Then we have this one, which is quite an interesting one actually. This one is called Blue Space, and it's kind of like a jelly formula, and it's quite a nice kind of navy blue, but again the formula is very sheer, and it has white speckles in it. I can't remember which brand did it, but it was a brand who did like similar polishes in like an Easter egg collection or something like that, and I feel like this is very similar to that. I don't have anything else like it, and it's just kind of like one of those love-hate polishes for me. Actually not that pretty, but at the same time I can't get rid of it because it's just something about it that just draws me in, and I think this is a fun polish to wear. But this is again one that I can't get rid of, and I don't really know why. So next up we have Revlon. I have two from this line and then one additional one here. And let's just start with this one since I'm holding it. This is one of the polishes from the center line, and the color is Ginger Melon. To be honest, I can't really smell much of it. It's supposed to smell like really nice, but it still kind of smells like a polish. It's just slightly more perfumed, and once it dries you can't really smell it anymore. It is a nice color though, but it's not my favorite. I much prefer the one I show from OPI to this one, if I want to go for a hot pink. But this one is just a bit more muted and slightly darker, so I do like it, but again it's not my favorite. Then we have these two right here. This one is one that I have also tried to pan in the past, but this one is called Scandalous, and it's just like a dark polish with these fuchsia glitters. They don't show up as opaque on the nails as they do in the bottle, and it's a decent polish, but it's not my favorite, and I'm hoping to pan this again maybe later this year or next year. Then the next polish we have here is definitely my favorite one from Revlon. This one is again just a lilac like purpley shade. This one is definitely warmer though than the one I showed from OPI, and it has a slight shimmer going through it, but you can't really tell on the nails. The color of this is enchanting, and yeah, I really like this polish. So now moving on to all of the brands that I only have two of, so I'm going to pull all of those into frame and go through them in order. So here we have those polishes, and let's start with these two right here. They're from the brand Mavala, and they're just kind of mini polishes. This one right here is just in white, and it is just a white polish as you can see. It is the only white polish that I have apart from like a French tip white polish that I have in my kind of random selection, which I will go through later. It's a decent white polish. It's not my favorite, but it does the job, and I do like it. But eventually I'm probably going to use this up. I don't have too much left of it, and since it is such a small bottle I know it's going to go soon, and I do probably want to try to find a better white once I finish this one. Then we have this one, which is in the shade Toronto. This one is my favorite red. It's more of an orangey red, and I feel like it goes with my skin tone really well, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is one that I will definitely repurchase again, but I'm not biased to this one in particular. I just love this type of red color. The next brand we have is Bourjois right here. These are both from the So Lac Glossy range. We have this one right here, which is in the color Amande de Fil. This one is in my polish currently, so I am trying to use this one up. And then we have this one, which is in the shade Peace and Mauve, and I do like this one, but again it's not my absolute favorite. I probably want to use this one up at some point, and probably buy a new lilac shade that I prefer. But those are the two polishes that I have from Bourjois. Next up we have Maybelline, and both of these are from the Color Show range. This one is from the Brocades, and this one is from the Crystallize. This color right here is in the shade Foil Flash, and it's not my favorite. It's another polish that I do want to pan at some point. It's just kind of like a silver glitter, and nowadays I much prefer like the hollow glitters compared to this one. It is, like I said, silver, and it has some large sparkles, but also some kind of almost goldy olive green sparkles in it as well, but it just doesn't show up as pretty on the nails as it is in the bottle, so it's probably something that I do want to use up in the future. Then we have this one, which is just a black with tons and tons of small and multicolored glitters in them. This one is in the shade Nearly Black, and Again, it's not my favorite. I do like this, but it just kind of comes off as more textured on the nails, and I much prefer like something else like the one I just got from Revlon Polish. Yeah, I think this is another one that I probably try to use up at some point. Next up we have Ciate, and I have two polishes from them. I do really love both of them. The nude one here is called Pocket Money, and I really like this one. It's just more of kind of a mauve nude, and slightly darker than some of the other nudes that I have showed you. I think it suits my skin tone really well, and you can't go wrong with a nude nail, so I do really love this one. And then the orange one I have here is the orange polish of my choice. This one is in the shade Speed Dial, and it's slightly darker and a bit more kind of ruddy toned than the one I'm currently wearing, but this is the polish that I'm going to keep as my orange polish as soon as I'm done with the one in my product polish. Then the last two polishes that I have here in my kind of two Polishes brands are the two I have from Formula X. This is a discontinued line from Sephora, and I have this navy blue right here, which is in the shade Majestic, and it's really nice. It's the kind of deepest blue I have. This is one that I really enjoy. I do have the other blue, like I said, from Berry M, but I much prefer this because it's distinctly a navy blue, and I do want to have this and then that cobalt blue I was looking for as well in my collection, so I really enjoy this one. And then this one is another one I really enjoy. This one is in the shade Lady Love, and it's just a nice pale pink with a kind of more brighter, almost fuchsia shift going through it. The shift isn't too noticeable on the nails though, but it is just a beautiful color, and the formula of these polishes are amazing. And I'm really sad that they discontinued this line because it is really good. But yeah, this is quite similar to the Fiji shade from Essie. It's just slightly more pink rather than nude, and it has that shift, like I said, going through it. So actually, when I went through and looked at my single polishes pile, I actually realized I have two more that I have in duos. The first polish brand is Ant, and these are both from the Sun Envy polish range. I have this one which is in the shade Envy 040, and then we have this one which is in Envy 135. This one is one again I'm currently panning, and it's quite a nice polish. It's just this kind of silvery gunmetal shade with loads of silver glitters running through it. I've worn this quite a lot with my product polish, and I do like it. It's not my favorite again, but I have actually fallen in love with this more than I enjoyed it at the beginning of the year, but still I will probably be quite happy once this is moved out of my collection. Then we have this color right here, like I mentioned, and this is more of a peachy shade. I think this is the only peach I have that's kind of this light color. I also have the other one from Berry M, but this is definitely lighter, and I do really like this one. I have to play around with it a bit more though, but I like it so far. And both of these polishes were actually gifts with purchases when I ordered the Peel Off base coat, but I'm quite excited to have them, and this color is absolutely stunning. Then I have these two from Color Club, which are also, I believe, gift with purchases, because I don't remember buying these. The first one I have here is in the shade Glossy Seal. It is more of a kind of navy blue, but it definitely has more teal in it, and it's not my favorite shade. I think this is one that I probably will pan in the future, or maybe even declutter, because I just don't love this shade of blue. But yeah, it is one of the few blue polishes that I have in my collection, and I do need to play with it a bit more before I make the decision of what I want to do with it. And then we have this one, which is actually quite similar to the Kiwi shade from Berry M. It's just slightly lighter and more minty toned. This one is in the shade Age of Aquarius, and I think this is another one that I think I want to pan eventually. So there we actually have all of the duos that I have with the brands that I have two polishes of. So now I'm going to move them to the side and go through the ones that I have only one of. So here we have the final bunch of regular polishes, and I'm just going to go through them again. The first one I have is from Topshop. I purchased this quite a while back, but it is still in good shape. It's still quite liquidy, it hasn't dried out yet. And this one is in the shade 3D, which is just a hollow glitter. This one is more kind of a silvery blue base, so it's not my absolute favorite, and I think this is one that I will probably pan very soon. Then we have this one, which is actually in my product polish currently. This is just like a random brand I got in a gift bag once, and this is from a brand called Nordic Cap of Sweden. And the shade, I don't think it has a shade name, it just has a number, which is NP35, and like I said, I am patterning it currently. It's not my favorite shade, but I'm making good progress on it, and I'm very hopeful that we'll have this out of my collection by the end of this year, which I'm really excited about because again, it's not my favorite polish. This one though is one that I absolutely love. This is a polish from Chanel, and the shade is Precious Beige. It's just this nice nude color, and it is quite beigey again. It's quite similar to another one I showed you earlier, I can't remember from which brand. But this one has a slight shimmer going through it, and it's slightly different in tone. It's more kind of beigey pink rather than that one being more pure like beigey nude. I do love this polish, and I'm really excited to have this in my collection because it is absolutely stunning on my skin tone. The next polish I have is also from like a random brand. I got this again in a gift bag, and this one is from Headline Colors, I believe, and the shade of this is Firewater. This is again a kind of like a burgundy vampy red shade, and it is one that I probably want to pan because I have my Mama shade from Essie that I much prefer, so this is one that I'm most likely going to move out of my collection this year. Then we have 3 polishes left. The one here is another nude, this one is from Nails Inc, and this is one that I actually had my product polish last year, but I put it in and I absolutely fell in love with this color. It is my favorite nude I think I have in my collection, and that's why I decided to take it out, because I didn't want to use it up. The shade is Basil Street. I think this one was limited edition because I can't find it anywhere, and yeah, I just wanted to keep it because it's absolutely stunning as a nude. Then we have these 2 right here. This one is from my Christmas collection by Dior, and I absolutely love this. This is just basically like a topper, and it's almost looks like snow. It's just so pretty. I love putting this on lighter polishes, used to give like a subtle sort of like sheen to them, and yeah, I don't use it too often because it's just so pretty to have and look at, but it is absolutely stunning. And look at this bottle as well, it's just perfect. Then the last polish I have is from Sesh. I got this I think again as a gift with purchase or something like that, and this used to be my absolutely favorite red because it dried down so fast and it was just absolutely stunning. However, it has kind of gotten a bit gloopy. I tried to revive it with nail polish thinner, but I'm not sure that is working because the formula is almost like, I don't know, like gritty now, which is super strange. So I'm gonna try putting some more thinner in it to see if I can save it. Otherwise it's just one that I will have to declutter, and I will have to replace this with another red because I only have that red from Mavala, which is a tiny one, which is more of an orangey red, and I do want a more blue tone red as well. So I might have to repurchase something else than this because the formula has just gone really strange. So those were the last of my regular polishes. I have a few kind of top coats, base coats, things like that, so I'm going to go through them quickly and then wrap up this video. So here we have the rest of my collection. I just want to go through them quickly. This is the base coat that I use basically every time I do my makeup. It's the Ant Peel Off base coat. I think it's color ready for takeoff. It's absolutely perfect. I paint my nails quite often with my polish, and this has just saved me so much time, and it has made me enjoy painting my nails again because I can just peel it off rather than sitting there with remover, and it also means that I can play with glitters and stuff more often because this is just peeling off rather than sitting there again and scrubbing to get the glitter off. So I definitely recommend this. The only thing is that your nails can ship quite easily. My polish used to last up to like 2 weeks without this, but now they can ship within a few days, which is unfortunate. But usually what I do is I make sure to wrap my tips, and then I just kind of top up and fix where it's shipped, or just redo that one nail if that happens, and I feel like that way I don't waste the whole manicure, and I can still make it last for like a week or so if I want to. But just be aware of that if you have nails that ship really easily, because even mine that don't can ship with this one. But I absolutely love this product. Next up we have a matte base coat. I've had this for absolutely ages. This one is from American Apparel, and I don't use it too often, but it's just nice to have a matte top coat in your collection. Next up we have these 2 right here. I think both these were gifts from friends. I have this one, which is like a brand I don't really know where it comes from. It's Eveline Cosmetics, and this is like SOS Brittle and Broken Nails base coat. I think again I got it from a friend, and it is quite a decent base coat, but it's not something special, and I do probably want to use this up at some point. But now since I used the Ant Ready for Takeoff base, I don't use base coat that often, so yeah, it's not one that I reach for very much. And then we have this one, which is the No Yellow Nail from Scratch. This is supposed to help with yellow nails, but now I don't really care about that anymore because I do paint my nails most days now. Maybe if I have yellow nails, I don't mind, to be honest. And again, I don't use base coats too often, so I don't reach for this one very much. Then I have these two from Formula X, again from Sephora. These used to be my absolute favorite nail bases before I started using the peel-off base. This one is just a cleansing kind of thing you put on before, and then this one is just a base coat, and they used to make my nail polish last for so long, and I'm so sad these are discontinued. I think I even have a backup of these in my parents' house that I haven't gotten to yet. I also have the top coat of this, which I don't have too much left of, but I know it's somewhere in the flat. I just can't find it for this video, but I know I have that as well. But I absolutely love these, and I'm so sad that they are discontinued because again, they used to be my absolute favorite. Then we have these two right here, which are kind of just like detailer or like nail art brushes. We have one black and one white. So this one is the black one, and it has a really thin tip. And then I have a white one as well, which is this one right here. I think this one is supposed to be like a French tip applicator. It's slightly wider than the black one, but it works quite well. To be honest though, I've never really used these on my nails. The only time I ever use these are to mark my project pan items. But yeah, those two are the last polishes that I have in my collection. So that, you guys, was all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry that it became so long. I just wanted to show you in detail all of the polishes that I have, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And otherwise, I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys!